Yeah, man. We're back again after a long time, eh? You know, I still go by the name of Sticky,
I'm still Mutendeni.
and welcome back to Talk Your Talk.
Yes.
You know, Sunday it was Friday, right? Um, I woke up into this thing on social media that was trending. You know, about whole goosebump and not getting booking or something like that, right?
Okay.
But I think we just play the video.
Okay.
Yo, niyangu je video niyo complain akazi nizokwete. Nizokona ngobaleli wawo provided abantu banashimiza zala ngomuntu nangudza matope. Nizophanda nthampande. Uzongofina nofoneliwe na 20,000 kagigi ya auditorium. Afu ndofonela na zinonda 35,000 kagigi ya ground 1. Ndizongofoneliwe. Wazi sharp nizophanda nthampande. Cause nando lalisa ndo ndikupusha kha industry yanga. Nabe ndikupusha mani songoza muri ni ndi muvi uni wavuya nani kuzama. Uzana. Cause uralo even ngamahala ngapefuna ngamahala ndopefuma nautela ngamahala nane pone ngapefuma ngamahala mara usingofunda ufuna ndo singofoneliwe bazi sharp.
And I tried to it became a thing where all the students at most of the on the lineup, because they have they had a fresher sport which happened yesterday.
This is Guspa that attends at Univen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, it means all the students, most of the students, with Univen, there's a couple of artists,
Yeah.
and
they've got Gifto.
yeah,
The Gifto.
because people started complaining with that because they said they had, because the lineup came, and on the lineup it didn't have some of the students that actually the whole lineup didn't have students. Artists were studying at Univen.
I kind of get where he's coming from, right? But I also feel like how many people are going to come out and say, I'm also a DJ. I'm also a DJ. How is it that I'm not getting a booking? And yes, I understand the fact that he attends there, then he feels like, I'm not going to use entitled, but to some extent, he's kind of saying I'm entitled to getting a booking. But why is it complaining about just that one booking when there are so many other events that happen and he doesn't get bookings at them?
No, but if you listen closely on the interview, I mean, on the video he made, he was not talking about him getting a booking. He was complaining about the event organizers saying they call him,
and he's demanding 20,000.
Yes,
Okay,
which was not true. Then the students came and they were like, but we see the lineup, and we don't have students from Univen to represent us. It's more basically, I felt like it's more like you're having a party at your house and you're not invited.
Okay.
You get what I mean?
Yes.
So I think we once had a topic about it a while back on the podcast, if I still remember correctly. And this after seeing this whole thing, it took me back a couple of years ago. I think when Casper was doing fill up Mabida Stadium, right? Casper, I think, complained saying, if I still remember, he complained saying they don't want him to do that whole concept at Mabida Stadium in Durban, right?
Okay.
And he was like, wait, I think he said something like Botira and all that. But what Tira was trying to say is, it does not make sense. You cannot come and have an event
And bring Joburg people to come and perform in Durban.
Yes.
Okay.
You can bring them.
Okay.
But why don't you infuse it?
Yes, with Durban people.
With Durban people.
Okay.
And I think that's why Afro Entertainment, or not only Afro Entertainment, as Durban as a whole, yeah, they promote each other. In Durban, if you go there, they still listen to Go.
Yeah, sadly.
You know? And when they have events, they make sure for any artist in Durban gets a chance to perform there. So I think it was more about as promoters and people with establishment and all that, right? I think they're not giving people a chance, or is it for me? I feel like it was a situation. Do you fear this next person? Because okay, from my understanding, right, or from me checking the post, I think, and I've seen Guzma perform. If he was given a platform to perform, he could have set the stage on fire.
I get that. You know what? Actually, I don't think I'm not on Guzma's side. I don't think I'm on Univen's side either, right? But then when you have an event, I'm being neutral now. When you have an event and, I mean, you already have Youngstana coming. Do you want to outshine a guy that you're paying so much to come all the way by Guspa, who is even clearly saying, I would have performed for free should they have talked to me, right? But then I don't know, it's like you don't want to have two main artists in one event.
For me, okay, with that one, I think I'll just disagree per se. But on the show, we were supposed to have, like, the organizers, unfortunately, they said they're not available this weekend. On Friday, we also tried to get a hold of Gusba, even today, but he's not available. But I think, you know what we need to do to hear maybe the whole side and what other artists feel about this, right? I think we need to call some of the students, not some of the artists,
Okay.
dead, and some of the promoters, right?
Okay.
Yes. So I think let's do this. Let's get some of the they can give us a point of view on this one. Yeah, man. You said for me, I think I understand where he's coming from.
I understand now. You know, I don't know. I'm still not convinced that Univen owed them.
But I don't think he's talking about only Univen per se.
Yes, but when he put it in the sense, Yori, if you check other universities and how they're doing it, then it kind of makes sense, Uri. So did they have a talk already, I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think, like earlier what I said, it's the same thing that I was talking about with Afro Entertainment. I mean, the whole Blvck Devon Rocks and shit. It makes sense.
It does make sense. I mean, you can't come to my house and make a party without me. It makes sense. Yes.
And what's painful, they saying the students drafted. Well, this is what we want. And how come
all of a sudden our lineup is not there?
Hey.
I think we just need, who is this somebody, some person?
I think let's also have another point of view.
Okay.
Another point of view. You know, I think let's try and have also the Gifto on the line, right?
Okay.
He was also one of the people that people were complaining about why he was not booked.
Yes.
On the whole post event situation. So I think let's try and have him on the line. Yeah. Good afternoon, the Gifto. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Talk your talk, and you're with Sticky and Mutendeni, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. How have you been?
I've been good, man. Just tired. You know, the weekend.
The weekend. You're mentioning something like the weekend, you know, because on Friday, when I woke up, Castatas, Banaba Univene, students were complaining. I think some are your classmates, complaining about what happened. There was a gig, Muro. Uri, why, as you as the Gifto or Black Z, Gooseba were not on the lineup.
Oh yeah, I saw that, man.
So what's your intake with that? How do you feel?
Hey, man, it's tough. I don't know the DJ or the artist, the university, the theater, and the one in Skyline, of course. I feel like when they host, they should consider the artists and DJs first whenever it's not universe. So it's tough, man, because even if that's the guest, I feel like the supporting artists towards the event, and yeah, especially the event, at least arali bako arali maybe have a post kana ka event page or uko na gig lini then it and the DJ na the artist the event ka send maybe a clip or anything nature program artist kana DJ and then they select through the videos and that, because obviously I believe when artist in universe as the DJ Rune, I don't think Vanga fit how about it. Line up we have to team. So I think that's the truth.
But from what we heard,
Univene Dingari Mutane were popular now in the group.
Yeah, most definitely.
Everyone was expecting him to be on the lineup.
Yeah, but yeah. But he dropped a clip. Akwambor, no, they call him more like people are saying they call him somebody about prices and how. So allegedly it was that.
Yeah, and don't want a video I could complain or charge so much and they are some phone video. So at this very Zuko bad guys or to my guy. Rune I really have done that. It would be if I was going to Manda instead of flying or go to the so much was on the way to my phone. I believe and 2 weeks back I could pay for my student bound for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, over a student bar. Rune, I don't think I should go to that kind of amount.
No, perfume for free.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to you saying that you feel like Hofuna Waitwa, even like a whole thing, sending clips and then they choose from there. From the information that we have kind of gathered, mostly there was like a suggested list of artists that should play there, which most of them were from Univen. So what happened to that list? Do you know?
Pardon?
There was kind of like a list, the students would like to have perform at the event.
Yes.
So what happened to that list? How is it that some of those people didn't make it to the poster?
No, I can't hear you properly, man. But are you saying already the artists that tried to be on the lineup but they were not on the lineup?
Well, technically, yes. They were, remember, from what we heard, the students do have a say as to who they want to perform. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So that initiative was taken from the get-go. When they come to this event, who would they like to see perform? Guzba the way list, if I'm not wrong. So how is it? What happened in between here, Uri, as a Chava part of the show?
I don't really know much about that because even myself, I don't know who was this event. I don't know what are the protocols, because you just see the poster. You don't know I don't know the whole process. I just see the poster. una gig on Friday, go Wednesday. You know,
But
so
it's
I
not
don't really
gonna
know
stop.
much.
But if you guys don't do anything about it, then next month with the Vine poster, and you guys are still not gonna be on the lineup.
Yeah, so I think what we can do is to engage with the Minister of Arts and Culture, and I think that's where we can get answers.
I
You know, cause
I would agree with you there. I would agree with you because I bet you, Gooseba, and Blacks, like I said, couple of names were dropped. Urji. These are the students that
Yeah.
should have been performing. So you're saying you didn't even get a phone call,
yeah,
nothing, not even a text,
not
Nyana, asking
nah,
for code.
nothing.
Since
I'm just surprised, Ori. Emuna, utawana, there's all Jenna in event, and I don't know, Ori va Jenna wait I mean, because we know Ori una the artists zinendikale in event, they were not even considered.
Yeah. So there was I think maybe we should also I was trying to have them on the show because for you as an artist is a Suzuki Unifin or is it happening with what I mean
Some other events.
some
Yeah.
other events
In
terms
I
of
mean, you mean
you guys are not given bookings and all these things.
yeah, this film is retail out because you know Ori ono dare sama Ori ni udivani. So this one is never going to Namanda this days because if you check ne, if Mr. Ignoral you are an event manager, obviously when you host an event, every event actually would don't want to repeat. And there's only gonna be maybe one or two new people, but the rest, they were in every event that you host, but you work with them.
But repeat,
So
isn't it about? I guess some say it's about numbers, isn't it? Or repeat because they throw numbers.
The last time they had a good time. Yeah, they killed the show.
Is it? Because you're also a promoter, right? You're also a promoter near that event, right?
would I what?
Near that event, right?
Yeah, I do.
So, what do you look at Nishi at that event? What do you basically look at?
No, I believe in shuffling. I'm a shuffle my DJs. I'm a shuffle my artists.
But would you have two main DJs? Ungasit there, Kabza, Hadovada. Who's another person that I can use? Kelvin Momo and Kabza, same stage, same day. I mean, come on, why not shuffle them and move them around, right?
Yeah, I mean, you see, okay, as Univen, even if you are hosting an event within a celeb, the event will be successful. All they need is entertainment. They don't really care. As long as there's entertainment, there's sound system, and people will perform. That's all they need. It's not even necessary because we see these people out. Kabzona did done our fair play. Colbert Mukwe, we see him everywhere. There's no need.
But then maybe that's what they also thought. The Gifto Wanana News Cafe. So what's the point of having him now here at Univen?
Yeah, maybe. So.
But any since you've been any version of a student Univen, have you ever gotten booking them?
No, I've never played at Univen. I've never been a part of Univen gigs.
Even
it's been like 4 years now.
It's been 4 years.
Wow.
And Friday people were complaining about why haven't you been given a platform? So how does that make you feel when
I've
you wanna-
tried to connect with the previous president. No, it was not a president. It was an incoming president, but then. So last year, Ndamu is the one who was Salem, if you still remember, because the election. So I tried to talk to him. As a guy, and those ones already article. Why they don't take me serious.
So, you have taken the initiative to find out, Ori, why is it that I don't get booked?
Yeah. I think the best way to consult a minister of art and culture and the that are relevant.
Yeah, no man. The Gifto, thanks a lot for having you on the show, and we wish you all the best, man. We wish you all the best.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks a lot, the Gift.
Sure.
This is turning out to be very political, eh?
Yeah, man. But what they're saying, it makes sense.
It's deeper than this podcast. Honestly speaking, it just sounds like there's a certain person who's getting a certain share of something when other people get booked, and when certain people get booked, he will not get a certain share. So it sounds like it's not even about Gusba being called or asking for 25,000 or allegedly asking. It sounds like it's just an inside job.
I can say inside. But I think, since we have had also the artists, we need to also maybe the side of the other side of promoters as a whole, or maybe even establishment. Why is it? Because some would say it's about business.
I mean, it is about the numbers at the end of the day.
True.
But then you can't then say Gusba doesn't bring the numbers. We all know
most
Gusba
brings the numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does bring the
so
numbers.
that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, can someone from Univen just come and explain? Because we don't understand what's happening here. Because now it's a bit, it doesn't look good at the moment for them. Because if a person is saying, I'm even willing to perform for free, and I just performed last week for free, so what happened where? How much did you get to book who? That's all I'm asking.
Maybe, okay, let's try and have maybe an establishment owner or some of the guys who deals with this thing. Maybe they can help us better understand this whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, man. How's it?
I'm good, sir.
I'm good. Yeah. I just wanted to know, right? I wanted to ask you something on the podcast. Are you comfortable?
No problem.
Is it cool?
Yes, sir.
Is it cool?
Yeah, no problem. Talk to me.
Okay, yeah, we have Bucks on the line here. So Bucks, ne? Apparently Friday, something happened Friday, right? I just woke up to this thing of events that are happening, and some people are not getting booked and all that, right? So I think you're also part of what you call this promoters, right?
Which one, sir?
You're also part of, like, I mean, in terms of you're a promoter yourself.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So tell me, as a promoter, right? What do you guys look at in terms of, like, if you're booking artists? What do you guys look at? How do you weigh maybe per se lineup?
Well, we as a team as of now, we are focused mostly on local empowerment. As you see, when we're hosting most events at Marshall Cafe, we try our to include the young and upcoming talent that's active in our region. So Actively right now, we mostly focused on is empowering these young ones. It might be in terms of exposure, financial empowerment by doing competitions and so forth. But mostly, what I can say is that in the world of entertainment, it gets very tricky because our media industry still doesn't have a solid construct that is, which I can say is exposed to everyone to know. There's a promoter who might be a promoter, but they don't know how to weigh a certain artist. If you get what I'm saying, they don't know how to profile that artist and give them the price that they deserve. So what I can also add on the thing that you just asked me is that let's inform each other more on how to construct our what can I say, our corporate touch of media space, especially back home in our region, because it's still the thing of just calling me and you telling me you have this much for me when you don't even have enough background about maybe the work that a certain artist I'm working with has put on or the profiling that they have at that certain time. And you just come in with a certain price that doesn't fit their profiling. So there are certain promoters that are not aware of such, you know. So I feel like starting from our region, we should really, really start informing each other on such things and reaffirming each other and knowing each other's words and respecting each other's words. That's what I can put.
Yeah. You also manage artists, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think I saw also one of your artists mentioned. I think he also dropped a song regarding this issue. Was it the same thing he was experiencing before?
Well, it was the same thing because he actually struggled a lot with him being labeled a local artist.
Mm.
You know what I mean? We had to fight to change that stigma and actually solidify him as a national act. So, it even hurts for you to even go out of your region to get certain validation, which you can actually start to get from home.
Yeah.
So it's up to our people and like the people that are active in the creative space, in the media space, in the entertainment space. Let's not just do things because we are doing. Let's have knowledge. Let's have solid knowledge, and let's inform each other that knowledge. It's not about having knowledge, but having the knowledge and passing it through, and making sure that we are creating an ecosystem or a system that will actually bring a solid impact to not only to our people, but to our economy back home as well. Because without construct, everything is just being done, but there's nothing solid to put it on. But if we really, really just put the focus on and make that change, I think the impact will be great. And the young ones have the information now,
Yeah.
But just that gathering of bringing them together, and it's up to us as I would say the big peers in our 20s and our 30s to talk to the young ones and actually be active with them, not be distant. Let's be active with them and show that we are also with them in this thing, and make it come to life before it gets too late for me.
So, as you as managers and promoters, have you guys tried to sit down and like talk about it?
Well, I do sit down and talk with my artists and talk with fellow friends and fellow creators that I hang around with and that I'm friends with.
No,
But
I mean outside that, like other promoters or other managers and all that.
Oh yes, most definitely, and the same talk. The talks are the same. They are there, but they're not that active. We are just talking when we are meeting up in places, when we have to really really apply it. That's for me. Like we have to apply because we do talk about it. We do talk about it, but and when everyone goes their way, they do their own thing. So what I'm saying is, let's have some type of unity that is actually active on attacking or trying to change the stigma of what's going on with our local artists.
Hi, Mutendeni here. So, with the whole thing that happened on with this whole Univen thing, what do you think you would have done different?
Oh wow, that because I've experienced that. You know,
Yeah.
uh, I've experienced that right, and it's really something deep when you found that uh, you're like what you've been offered is not the actual price tag that you can actually get. Like it really hurts for me when you find. I don't even want to get into deep into the politics and whatever, but like when you're getting an artist who is from outside of the region, they're getting this X amount, and then the one that's labeled the local artist is getting this X amount. But when it comes to the event itself, when you check at the crowd reaction, they are reacting more to the labeled local artist more than the outside artist.
Yeah, man. Okay.
So in the context of entertainment, it's really, really confusing, How do we weigh out those values?
But
Because
why
people are
why are there people that are called local artists? Why do you have this no what is it called, a connotation? Like, why do you call them local artists? Why not just have them
that's
as an
what
artist?
for me, it comes down to the politics part that I'm putting on, where because you're gonna find that an SRC whoever from Univen is gonna call me and they're gonna express whatever they're inquiring for. When I express my price tag, they're gonna be like, "That's not the budget we have for local artists." But I'm like, my
Damn.
artist is not a local artist; he is an artist,
Yes.
and his profile does match the price tag that I'm giving to you.
Mm.
You know, so this comes down to them in their political mindset and their political way of thinking to box up certain artists or certain creators.
Yeah.
Because this is sourced from the corporate world of things, and then it comes up to the society, and then the society just goes with the influence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If our Tramela, if our your whatnot, every official office is still calling vendor artists local artists.
Yeah.
Well, everybody is gonna call them local artists.
Yeah, true. So we
You
need.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need to change
If
the
Pada
narrative.
Pada is still playing, I don't want to, put out names or
Names,
whatever,
yeah.
but if whatever station is still playing this whatever song and is still boxing it as a local song, it's going to be a local song. But why can't it be a song? Because it's a song.
Yeah.
The same effort that was put on the whatever national artist, it was put on the local artist that they implying or that they boxing up. That's how I feel.
So isn't it this a thing, yeah? Let's say your artist, right? When they start, you charge X amount of money, right? And then they become big, and then the prices change. Isn't it a thing that most people don't understand how prices change? They just assume, well, okay, you want bucks, you want to come and perform at my establishment for free. Now you want 10K. Why must I pay you 10K? Isn't it a thing that maybe we created from the ground?
Whoa. That's a good question, but I can say that in the like you requesting a type of service from a certain artist. Like from the moment that they leave their house, no, it's like there's each and every logistical turn that to come forth for them to reach your venue.
Yeah.
And that in this economic world that we're living in, it requires money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most
So
definitely.
as soon as you call me up or want my artist to come for free, or because okay, if you're saying is an artist and we are putting him as an artist and a prominent artist, that means this person has a team.
Yeah.
And that team obviously for their mean and for their work they have to be paid for.
Yes,
And
yes.
our source of income as a team, one of the verticals or one of the main verticals is a booking. You know?
Yeah.
So as soon as we get an inquiry, for us to render that service in a quality way, we have to consider financial decisions that bring forth the quality performance that the artist produces and everybody is entertained.
You know, on one note, right, before you leave,
Yeah.
how is it? Earlier on, we were talking with Mutindini, and I said sometimes I find it's difficult that you find people that you know them like they grew up together or they used to do events together, right? And then suddenly they don't book each other anymore. How does that work? What happens? You guys used to perform together. We know, you know. You should share bookings and all. Then suddenly, this one is having a booking, and he does not book you. Or he came and performed for free, right? Favor. Now you're returning the favor. You're like, no, now you give me 10K, or you give me 50K.
Yeah.
How does that work?
It goes a long way. It goes a long way. For me, it's all about understanding and relationships, building relationships, and maintaining them. You know, because all that gambling ball game it goes a long way. It goes. That's what I'm saying. Without the construct, without the proper construct, everything is still just a little bit of thread of gambling. You know, so you still have to maintain a little assurance of relationship and you know, such and such precautions to get what you want to get, which is a sad thing.
Yeah, most deaf, man. But I pray for us because if only Venda people understood, if they would come together, right? I keep on saying this to you. If you guys would come together, right? You could create a massive, like what Afro Entertainment is doing, like Effect Deben Rocks. If you guys would come together, damn it. If you understood the bomb that you guys can create, we're not saying yes, we cannot. We should also bring other artists in, right? In terms of national, whatever. But if you guys from collabos, from performance, right? If you guys were to say, okay, we're just doing something like, in fact, Venda Rocks, something like Venda December, what you guys used to.
Yeah.
And you keep it like that. Trust me, you guys could have created something big. So I don't understand how is it a matter of greed?
I don't think it's a greed thing. I think it's a growth thing. Remember, each artist is growing at a different rate. So if artist A is growing at an exponential rate to an extent where now all of a sudden he's also wanted in Joburg at certain times, and then in Kweta Venda Rocks, and then you're asking them to come to the Warengla 6-pack. It always comes back to money, honestly speaking, But as much as he would want to come back all the way from Joburg and create something with you, it costs him a lot of money.
But it's what he said, and Black Z mentioned. We need to understand the logistics.
Exactly.
So I'm saying, we having an event, right? Let's say it's Talk Your Talk. We having an event. We know X amount artist charges this, and the most events make money. If we can afford, let's say, to bring Buster, it means we can afford to also pay the locals.
You see, you even you are calling them local.
no, it's
You know, it starts with us, guys. It
It
starts with us
does.
for real. Like
Yeah.
it starts with us. Like us putting the respect to each other, us putting the dignity to like I feel like even Americans, they just started with themselves. Like
yeah.
in every fight, they're like mega in entertainment and whatever. Because everything they start with themselves and then it flows. You know,
Yeah.
it just even now it's like what's this genre? Afro music,
Yeah.
the Nigerian one.
Yeah.
Now it's like they own it. It's like it's theirs.
Yes. No. I think it's with them. It's all about. Last night I had a conversation about that. You know, as much as with the international Americans, one thing I've realized, right, is a major artist, right? Let's say it's Jay-Z is performing at home. He'll make sure he has the other ones
That are around
yeah,
from
you
that
know,
area.
from that area that are
Yes.
not yet big, and he'll put them there and gives them the spotlight. But when it comes to Venda, I think we're still lacking on that one.
So okay, tell me. I want to ask you something. In
Yeah.
the context of unity, which vibration do you guys get from our region?
In the what
Context of unity.
of event?
No, like unity, just unity as a word,
Okay.
like people unified. Which vibration do you normally get?
we're not.
Like
We're
at
not.
your event spaces, at your I don't know, whatever recreational space that you might attend to, which like you get that energy of unity.
No, that's the thing.
I think I think if I'm hearing you correctly, right, in terms of energy,
Mm.
on my side, I the energy that I see, whatever, or like especially with event, I can see people are not together, or as much as they together, it's that thing they're acting as one, but they're not.
I always just get this feeling of you must realize that I'm bigger than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also that.
I might smile with you right now, but you must realize that I'm bigger than you. So then it always comes back to that thing of if we were to do an event and try and promote 10 people at the same time so that we have Venda rocks, it won't go as far because everyone has their own. It's that
You
thing
know,
of it won't go as far.
Are you still there?
I'm still here, bro.
Yeah.
Good, because for me, it's like that is the vein of everything. That is where the blood is gonna flow. Like if the pot of unity is boiling properly, then everything is gonna flow perfectly. Because
Yeah, well, which is
we
true.
still have to fix that.
Yeah.
Hey,
We
Bugs, okay.
still.
I feel like if Bugs was on the show, it would be like a 3-hour show.
I think we're having him next week.
Oh yes, we
Yeah, on
spoke
Friday.
about
Yeah, we
that.
I'm
having
gonna
him.
come through for a proper episode.
Yeah, man. No, Bugs, man.
But
It was nice having you on the show.
Yeah.
And
thanks for having me, guys.
yeah, we can't wait to have you live on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should schedule very soon. Yeah.
Yeah. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks a lot, man, for having me.
Thank you, brother.
Cheers, man.
I feel
Your
like
call has been placed.
okay. I feel like he came with like a different perspective altogether.
But but all these things do add up.
They add up to let's kind of unite.
Yeah.
Yes, unite, Vele.
That's how we start.
That's how we start. Financially, you need to recognize an artist, especially where they are.
Yes.
You need to recognize, or if Nendari, I want to come for 10,000. There are certain things that I had considered for me to give you that certain number.
Yes.
So can you respect that? But then also respect the fact that you're coming to my hometown and therefore I kind of need a booking. Which this party I'm though. But yes.
No, it's not like kinda I need a book. But if you were to go anywhere right now, right? I'm sure if you were to go to Blvck, on the lineup, they will have people from Blvck.
I get that, right?
But
But then if we were to do that every single weekend, then we'd go to every single event and we'd have the same people playing.
But that's what we're having right now.
That is what we have.
We have a lot of talent.
But
Like what he was saying. We have a lot of talented artists. The lineup is the same people every. But if they rotate them. It's what they're talking about. Rotation. Like the Giftos mentioned.
okay,
on
I want to drop a name here. I had this same conversation when there's an establishment here, Tando.
Yeah.
News Cafe.
Yeah.
For some or other reason, News Cafe only books artists with big names.
Yeah.
And sadly, it comes back to what Bucks is saying. If you have the narrative of saying that I will only go to News Cafe, Uchida, Kabza,
Yeah.
then News Cafe will only then say I'll only book outside people. Because if we look at it, News Cafe only has people going there when there's an outside artist.
Mikarun does not book any.
Mikaruni, we don't know what he planted on those. And we don't know. It's another thing altogether.
It's an example to show you. People will still go vibe there.
I get that, but I'm just saying, Ori, the first problem is the fact that we have created our own narrative. So it comes back to the local. The fact that you're called a local artist now means I need to pay your local booking. Just last week, I had a fight because I also manage an artist where they were saying she's a local artist. I'm like, that's not how I book her out. I don't book her out as a local artist. I book her out as an artist. You see? But the same establishment is able to pay 40,000 rand to get someone to come here. But you want to pay me as a local artist. So, hey.
Isn't that a thing of a brand?
No, my brand is paid proper wherever we go. The only problem was this one of last week where all of a sudden we were local artists.
Yes.
So I don't understand.
But at the same place where they saying you local artists, other local areas or establishment pays you.
But other local artists are being. This is what he said to me. I said to him, "This is our amount." We actually agreed on our amount.
Yeah.
Then come the time for us to perform, he's like, "Well, we're paying you the local amount."
What is the local amount?
The local amount is 1.5.
Damn, bro. I think Johnny Depp once mentioned on the show.
And leave my home for 1.5.
Johnny Depp once mentioned on the show.
And
what do you do with 1.5?
A lot, because there are people who are getting paid 500 rand.
Damn.
Yeah, there are artists who are leaving their homes. I think it's not even a thing of I'm going to work.
Yeah.
But more of a thing of I just need my brand to grow. So I'll take that 500 rand today. But in a month or two, I can't be accepting that 500.
Damn, man. I think this is very sad.
Imagine accepting 500 rand.
I mean, in today's world, what does
500 rand do for you?
What does 500 do for you? You know,
dude. I think we have covered this. Unless you are calling a Univen person, because me, I want to know the juice. I think we've heard the side of the story on the outside.
Yeah.
So now we have heard the artists. We've heard also a promoter who says, this is how I book my artists.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to find out how they went about coming up with the list that they came up with for the people that keep getting these bookings. If the Gifto has been there for 4 years and he's never performed.
Yeah, I know someone. I mean, Bamba has started there as a student, right?
But still never.
And now he's working there. But he's never gotten a booking. So this thing it didn't start now.
It's just been happening and no one has been
at that time they were doing freshers ball.
Yeah,
he has never performed at Univen while he was still a student. And now it's gonna be difficult for him because he works there.
Shit, man.
Damn, man.
I would really, really love to have the Univen side of the story, honestly speaking. Are you gonna try someone?
Yeah, from Univen.
You want to get shouted at on air live.
No. They're not gonna do that to us. I think that's it from a student point of view. You know, or how does this makes them feel as a student? Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
yeah, man. Yeah, Ndamu, how's it?
Shapuma.
And the grand man. We live, ne, on the podcast.
Hi, what's up?
Hey, man, I'm good. You're also a student at Unifen, ne? So there was this thing breaking up on Friday.
What was happening on Friday?
See, yesterday you had a gig.
Wasn't it yesterday?
The gig at Unifen yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to understand your intake. How does this in Farisani, this whole thing, there were artists, the artist is Machutin, the classmates are you asking book you. What's happening?
Oh man, like I just find it like it's just so wrong. I feel like it's not like uplifting the youth or like the people in the music industry, because I feel like everyone who gets into the industry always want, like, they all want to benefit something. But then if you don't put the youth on, and then it's not uplifting them, because I feel like Rangavana event is so at Univen, and then you don't put the people who are at Univen at the gig. There's no point, man. Univen even has a slogan of it even says creating future leaders. But what are we doing? We're investing on other people from other provinces who are already established.
But then the problem still stands. Whether by Bukwakana or Sapukiwa, you guys still go. So the problem is not gonna end today.
That's the thing. People will just go anywhere where there's music, honestly. As long as there's music, people will go. But like, we need to put people who belong to us, people like that we actually can see, and then we meet them every day.
Do you guys have a say in who comes as artists to the Freshers Ball? Who performs?
No, I don't think students. But we do have a say. I say like we can just say stuff. People have been saying on the Univen page on Facebook, if you can check that out. People have been saying along the week, we want Goosebumps, we want Mangma, we want Goose. And then it's just that people just say stuff. We do say stuff, but then it's just that nobody will do anything. They make their own decisions.
Who's this making the decisions?
Is it Univen? Is it there's someone there? Or is it arts and culture?
Obviously, it's the promoters. I'm not going to mention names, but then it's the promoters, man. We know the promoters, but I'm not going to mention names. We know the promoters, guys.
So how does Farisani, a student, this thing of Nichgona, you guys mentioned, okay, the event is coming, but the people that you guys have mentioned, they're not there.
They're not there, man.
As students, Tony Farisan, how did this make you feel?
You guys protest about everything. Why didn't you protest about
Thank
this?
you. Yeah, why did you protest about this?
Nah, bro. I don't think nobody's going to be protesting over artists, bro. But then, as long as it's not going to benefit us, because we all, like, it's the entertainment industry. People want Goosebumps because it's actually good and it's entertaining. They will listen to Goosebumps. We see Goosebumps every day. But then, like, I don't think protesting over this it's not gonna work.
It could have been work. I guess you're trying to build future leaders.
Yes. How are you guys gonna be taken seriously as Univen students if your own university is not taking you serious?
No, but then I think the initiative that can be taken, honestly speaking, is like to just look into this like thing that the tender that they say they give away. Like, how do you give tenders to people who don't even do? The gig was even worse, but the sound there was just, like, come on, bro.
Also, you actually went there, so you're also amongst the problem.
He's amongst the problem.
Yeah, you actually went there.
Yeah, like alcohol. I'm not gonna catch. I just there with my friends. They say there's alcohol, music. Like, I didn't even see who was performing, honestly, until Cold came on. And then at first there was like technicalities, and then that's all I saw. Colbert Mugabe was all I had.
Out of that whole lineup,
everything. Like the sound was, bruh. Talk to someone who was at the gig. The sound was you couldn't hear anything. The bass, they were like bass playing. Like and then the tutor would come on and then go on again.
I think I actually know someone we could call who works at Univen.
Yeah.
But I don't.
No,
Let's leave it.
we need to hear this from like more students, man. And yeah, man. Ndamu, thanks a lot
Yeah.
for your time,
I
man.
think Ndamu is the most. we should have him on the show. He's so political.
Alright, guys.
We'll have alcohol for you, obvious.
Yeah, bruh,
And
I'll
sound.
be there. I'll be there. Alcohol and food, I'll be there.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ndamu.
Alright, man.
Yeah.
I just like how no one wants to mention any names, but they know.
You know.
They know exactly. And I just, even me, when I'm thinking of this one particular person, I know they are part of the communications team.
But,
So they're part of committees that organize these things.
but sometimes we might think it's them, but it's actually,
Obviously,
until
it's
we find
not
out.
just one particular person.
Yeah.
Okay, Sticky.
That was it for today.
That was a fire show. It's so controversial. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. I think next week we have a couple of promoters, right? That couldn't be on the show. That said they will be available next week. I think next week let's have the promoters, or even better, let's even try and have students live.
I don't want students.
No.
Yeah, I want the guy
The
from
organizers.
the organizers. I want the person who got the tender for the sound. What happened? Were they giving a catering person a tender for sound?
Yeah.
I want also this arts and culture people to tell us how they feel about their. I mean, our whole province has so many artists.
Yeah.
Yet we feel the need to go outside to get artists. Let's. I want people who are going to bring the other side of this conversation.
That's what I'm saying. We also need students. You know why? Because this thing is it's 1 and 2. Like what you were saying, people flood to News Cafe if they have,
an artist from outside. Yeah.
But
a non-local artist.
So we need to understand this thing of how or what's maybe we're not looking at in the right way. Maybe if this guy is the
Let's
promoters
first find out who classifies who as a local artist and what makes them a local artist. And at what point do they get the stamp of approval to say, now all of a sudden you're not a local artist?
Damn. Yeah, man. That was it for no wonder the chair is red.
Yeah.
Today it was fire.
You must give a fire extinguisher today.
And there is a fire extinguisher. Yeah, man. Let's talk your talk. And I still go by the name of Stiggy. And
Mutendeni.
peace, we out.